Hey everyone. Okay, so I've done this tutorial before, or at least I've talked about it before. So this is going to be the last time that I discuss this with you. So hopefully it'll get enough views that people will kind of finally understand what I'm kind of saying. And I will update all details on my new website, which is under construction at the moment. And I'll give a big old list of products that are compatible. If you go on places like Makeup Alley, where you see reviews on products, it's always very good, because you're getting different opinions. At the same time, you can go down the foundation list and you'll see comments like, this foundation stayed on for an hour and then it slid off, or it vanished, or a whole host of other things that can happen. And we all want our makeup to last a long time. And there are setting sprays and things that can really prolong it. Model in a bottle prolongs your makeup, there's no doubt, because it uses alcohol and like a filming spray, which similar to hairspray, right? That kind of holds it on the skin. So that works, it's full of alcohol, so it's a bit irritating, but there are things you can do. But there's one thing that almost nobody does, which is look for compatibility. Now, one of the first things that I learned and was taught was that like speaks to like. And this is a problem that most women have because it's so simple you don't think of it, right? So let's say you've got really dry skin and the first thing you're doing is putting a moisturiser on, and you're loading it up because you've got really dry skin, which is fine. And then you put your foundation on. The one thing that people aren't checking for, and they'll blame their foundation for this, is that if your moisturiser is an oil-based moisturiser, it's oil-based, which is good for dry skin, but your foundation is water-based, oil and water do not mix. And therefore your foundation will start to slide and separate and go everywhere and just fade long before it really needs to. And this is the one thing nobody thinks about. We blame the foundation. Well, I just bought this foundation, it was £30 and it's absolutely dreadful. It didn't last long. It might not be the foundation, it might be what you're doing before it. There's also this nasty habit that people have of cleaning their skin, toning their skin, putting eye cream on, putting moisturiser on, putting primer on, putting sunscreen on, then putting foundation on, and then they wonder why it doesn't last. You don't need all of those steps. If you've got really dry skin, then fine, put a moisturiser on and put a primer on with an SPF in. That's it. Otherwise, if you've got normal, dry, oily, whatever, just use one single product. If you want a primer, get one with SPF in. Make it that simple, but don't be loading up because you're asking for trouble and it's just not going to last. Set it with powder, do what you want, it's still not going to last. But the one thing you need to be aware of is like speaks to like. If you are using an oil-based moisturizer, you will need an oil-based foundation in order to keep it on a long time. And the same goes for water-based. Most moisturizers for normal skin and oily skin, stuff like that, are water-based. And most foundations nowadays are water-based. Long gone are the days of the oily foundations. So most are water-based. Just bear it in mind. Look at the back of the packet. If the packet on the moisturizer of the bottle has lots and lots of oils at the top of the ingredient list, like jojoba oil, olive oil, whatever oils up there, know that your foundation needs to match that. If the ingredients are more benign, there's not too many oils at the top, they're right at the bottom, then it's water-based. Don't worry about it. I will combine a list and add it so that you can all understand. But this tip can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of money trying to keep your makeup on, because it is sad to say it, but the majority of things that we're doing before our makeup goes on is the reason that it's not lasting. So thanks for listening. It's appreciated very much. And thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.